Professor Spicer, what links these affairs?
Okay, I think the first thing which is stunning is that often the press say these are stupid people doing crazy things, but they're often very smart people doing stupid things. That's the first thing which is similar. The second thing which is similar is that often the people who should have been overseeing or asking deeper questions about it weren't. They were kind of neglecting their duties to ask deeper questions. The third thing is I think there was something about the culture of the organisation which either turned a blind eye to it or sometimes passively or actively encourage these kind of unethical behaviours. And then the final thing is I think these unethical behaviours often produced the goods for quite some time. They were actually part of corporate performance, but it was only following the financial crisis that they began to be questioned and shown to actually undermine performance and gave rise to large-scale accidents, which sometimes put the company at threat.
But why is this allowed to happen time after time?
Well, I think often partially due to oversight, but I think there's kind of three things. The first thing is that if you look at the kind of industries in which this has happened, such as the financial sector, they're very immaterial industries. People are staring at numbers all day long, watching things blip across screens. And often the kind of immediate types of feedback you would get if you're working with more concrete hands-on things isn't there. It just seems like an abstract computer game. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I think there's sometimes active forms of what we call stupidity management in these organisations. So the idea here is that what you've got to do is to get smart people, very smart people often, is to stop asking questions sometime and just get on with the job. So there's the old corporate water cooler cliche, don't think about it, do about it. And sometimes this can be very effective at getting people to do things, get on with the job, but sometimes it can force them to not actively ask questions. And the third part of the puzzle, I think, is that these smart people learn very quickly and they almost stop themselves from asking kind of the deeper questions, asking for justifications and critiquing their action. They just say, this seems to work, and they stop themselves from asking questions.
Obviously, these scandals are huge news when they happen, but is the underlying system really flawed?
Yes, I think so. I think there's two parts of this. I think one part of it is the organisations sometimes actively encourage what we call functional stupidity. So this is people not asking the kind of deeper questions, not looking for justification, and not asking what are the broader ends, what are the outcomes of this. They simply get on and do the job. But a part of it is, so that's the organisational part, but I think also there's a part which is about oversight, governance and institutions, and they need to play a significant role. And then the third part, I think, is individuals themselves. So they need to sometimes be able to ask the difficult questions in a context which doesn't encourage it.
Professor Andre Spicer, thank you very much.
Thank you.